Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Amud Yomi Shiur. We are in mekudeshes Kiddushin. We're in Daf Nutes Amud Beis, second part of Nutes Amud Beis. We should really be starting in the fourth wide line. Actually, I would start from the sixth wide line. That's where we are. The line starts with the word dibur. And the words we should start today with are hilchasa, kashya, hilchasa, ahilchasa. But before we continue, there's a lot of a lot of explanation to be done regarding yesterday. So first of all, we're learning now the sugya of what happens if a woman accepted kiddushin from a man, right? And those kiddushin are on hold. He told her, "Aret mekudeshes li mikan ulachar shloshim yom." Not mikan, excuse me. He told her mekudeshes li lachar shloshim yom. I give you the money now. I told her Aret mekudeshes li, and she's all agreeing, but they put it on hold. Yeah, they put it on lechatchila. It will apply only 30 days. So that means it's all up in the air. Yeah, like all the actions were done, but it would only kick in, only start being valid in 30 days' time. All very good. Yeah, only 30 days. Now, if another guy came in the middle, 10, 20, 25, 29 days within that space of time, right? So she's mekudesh to the other guy. The other guy told her, Haret mekudeshly right now, normal kiddushin. She's mekudesh the second guy. That's first. That's in the Mishnah, right? Then we spoke about what happens if the woman actually regrets, either the man or the woman actually is the one in the focus here. If she regrets and she says, I don't want. Yeah, I agreed, 20, 15, 28 days ago. Now I'm saying no. Oh, so now what do we say? Machlokes Rish Lakish and Rabbi Yochanan, right? Why? Rish Lakish says that dibu eino mevatel dibu. When you only spoke about dibu, what did you say? You said yes. She didn't even say yes, I do. She doesn't, but she received the kiddushin happily. It's like saying yes. Now you say no. You can't annul that. You need something stronger. Ellen pointed out something very important, and what Ellen said is what the Rashba says in the Mishnah. Says the Rashba in the Mishnah, mamish what you said. Dibu is not mevatel dibu. Mashma that Maisa is mevatel dibu. It's not that you can't regret bichlal. Yeah, it's not like that. It's a done deal. It's not a done deal. V'horaya, if she can receive kiddushin from another man, receiving kiddushin is the biggest protest that there is. She did a maise of receiving kiddushin from the other guy very happily. Received. Look, she stuck out her finger to get the ring. Smile on her face. Yes, 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 I do. Then what? That alone is a maise that outdoes the first one. Apparently, there's a discussion about it, if that's the way to interpret it, but I'm not going there now. But that's definitely the opinion of the Rashba, and I was very, very happy to see that and get the confirmation. Very nice. Another point. Now, later on, we said in Amud Beis, and this is another point which I want to make, that Rish Lakish says, now, according to the first version we had in Rish Lakish, why can't a dibu mevatel dibu? Because the first dibu of I want a kiddushin wasn't just a dibu. It was accompanied by what? A maise. Because she did a maise, my finger's out, I'm receiving the money, and the dibur, that cannot be annulled by dibur only. Just saying, I don't want, that's not fair. Yeah, it's not equal forces here, right? You have dibur maise versus dibur, that's too weak. That is understandable. That's Rish Lakish. However, the second version of Rish Lakish was even worse. Worse. I mean, it was hard to understand. Rish Lakish said, what happens if a woman tells a shliach? It's a good chazor what we're doing now. We're reviewing yesterday, and it's good that we're reviewing yesterday. Rish Lakish said, a lady told a shliach, please accept my kiddushin from Time Yankel. I can't go to the chasana. I broke my leg. What now? Go accept the kiddushin on my behalf. Then she quickly, with a broken leg, she ran after him. And she told him, I'm annulling. No, I'm not interested. So then what did Ula said? No, a dibur is not mevatel dibur. That's very surprising. A dibur not mevatel dibur? Are you telling me this woman will be forced to marry against her will? And Tosfos Arosh asks that question. Tosfos Arosh says, if the woman screams and says, I don't want that shlichus. In other words, I'm not interested in you being my shlich to receive kiddushin. How can you receive kiddushin against her will, right? What do you mean dibur lo mevatel dibur? So look at Toisves loikid sha'atzma. From the bottom of the page, it's the third Toisves from the bottom. Loikid sha'atzma v'chozro b'mau. Explains Toisves. Dibur masche loikid sha. Nir lefarish. It seems to me to explain. V'chozro beloy amiroso l'shaliach. She never told the shliach, don't be my shliach. She, without the shliach's knowledge, she told two edim. She told people, she didn't address the shliach. She was still making a statement, I'm not interested in the shlichus. But she didn't officially cancel his shlichus. You know why? If she told the shliach, I don't want you to receive Kiddushin, pshita deina mekudeshes. Of course the Kiddushin won't apply. Just because she told him, be mashliach to be mekadesh, can't she can't she undo the shlichus she did? Of course she can. Now we understand the Shlakish much better. The Shlakish says as follows. If a woman told the shliach, be my shliach, it's not some a statement which is a part of statement, I like tea, I like the color purple, and I want to get married. When you appoint a shliach, it's like Kiddushin, it's like Hekdesh, it's a real halachic, valid statement which creates the halachic reality. The shliach is now, he has your powers to receive Kiddushin. That shlichus, right? That, if you want to undo that, you have to use the same power and undo, address the shliach, WhatsApp him, call him, email him, run after him, and tell him, I am now officially undoing my shlichus, right? Yeah, just like, yeah, that you can do. But if you did the halachics, if you created a halachic reality that this guy's your shliach, and now you're like stating something out of context, you're telling your good friends in the coffee shop, you're saying, or even to Edim, you say, I don't want that Kiddushin. That's not good enough. Because he didn't undo, according to Resh Lakish, because he didn't undo Mamish L'Shlichus. That's the point. Mimela, that we could say maybe is what Resh Lakish says. Now, it's not, according to that though, it's not so clear what's the question of Rabbi Yochanan against Resh Lakish. There's a question on that Tosfos, but we'll leave that at that. But at the end of the day, Rabbi Yochanan, what did he do? Rabbi Yochanan disproved Resh Lakish, yes, and because he showed that a man may cancel shlichus, so a woman may cancel shlichus also even indirectly, even without telling the shliach, right? Or maybe she told the shliach, I don't want, but she didn't say, I'm undoing the shlichus. So now Resh Lakish is out of the halacha board, off the chessboard. Why? Resh Lakish was proven wrong from that Mishnah in Gittin, and therefore now Rabbi Yochanan is right. Halacha is like Rabbi Yochanan. What did Rabbi Yochanan say? A woman may cancel shlichus, but just stating, she says to Edim, I don't want that marriage, I don't want that shlichus, I don't want nothing. And then dibur mevatel dibur. She told the shliach, receive my kiddushin, and now she's saying to Edim, I'm not interested in the shlichus and the kiddushin and the whole business. Yes, she can, right? Both on the men's side and on the women's side. Halacha is like Rabbi Yochanan. Say that. Just like, by the way, we saw in a man, if a man sends a shliach with a get, then we say he can undo it by telling the shliach, no, stop right there, stop, hold it, don't give her the get. I don't want you to give her the get. I'm annulling the shlichus. That is okay, and that is halacha like Rabbi Yochanan. Good, yes. Before we continue, let me ask you a question, trick question, or maybe it's an easy question. Let's say everything went well. He told her at mekudeshes li la'achar shloshim yom. He gave her the ring now. He said the words now. Everything was now. In 30 days, she will start being mekudeshes. He was alive. He stayed alive for 30 days. She stayed alive. They both want each other. Nobody came. Nobody interfered. Nobody said no. When the 30th day comes, she's not married. Let me ask you a question. Let's say anytime between day 0 and day 30, chas v'shalom, she had znus, she had relations with a guy. Is she an eshes ish? Is she chayiv misa or no? No. Very good. Obviously not. So it's not retroactive. It's not retroactive eshes ish. Mikan, right? Not mikan. Ulachar shloshim yom. He said only after 30 days it will begin. But before 30 days came, nothing happened. Not even nothing happened. It's all set. It's like lavdil. You set the machine to start in like they do it in ovens now with the timer. a timer for many things. Yeah, a timer, alarm, washing machines, ovens. Today we live by timers, right? Right. People go to work. It will only start in 2 hours time. Everything is set, but it will only start cooking the chicken in 2 days. Yeah, in 2 hours. Oh, all I'm saying is retroactively means it's lemafrea. She became an eshes, and here that's not the case. That's all I'm saying. Exactly. What? It will kick in, it will start then. Okay. We're just clarifying things and we all are happy with each other. Beseder? Good. No, everything you said is fine. Weiter. Now, fragt the Gemara, Kasha hilchasa hilchasa. The halacha, the way you paskin the halacha over here is difficult and contradictory to a different halacha, yeah, to a different psak halacha in a similar topic. What is a contradiction? Amarta, over here in our sugi was said, Ilchasa Rabbi Yochanan. Halacha is like Rabbi Yochanan, meaning what? That really you may cancel the deal. You can cancel shlichus, right? Of let's say get, for example, that was actually a Rabbi Yochanan pushed away Rish Lakish, right? Because if I give a get and I tell the shliach afterwards, no, hold it, I'm canceling the shlichus. Yes, the shlichus is canceled, and everything is good. The Kaimelan, on the other hand, here comes the contradiction, the stire, Hilchas Rav Nachman. On the other hand, we know that the law is like Rav Nachman. Which Rav Nachman? What Rav Nachman? What are you talking about? The Boilahu, the Gemara will explain everything. They had a question. Mal sheyachdel vigarish boy. Oh, what would be the halacha if a person gave a get, he wrote a get to his wife, Sprinza Bela Bat Hinda Binda, yeah, and what? He gave it to the shliach. He canceled it, but now, unfortunately, a month or two later, he wants again to use the same get and divorce her with that same get. Can he or can he not? Can he reuse the same get that he l'ch'oira canceled when he gave it to the shliach? He wrote it, gave it, canceled. He said, "No, I'm canceling." 2 months later, so many meetings by the psychologist, by the marriage counselor. Forget it. He wants to give her a get now. The same get. Can he rejuvenate and use the same get? Rav Nachman Omar Choizer Megarish boy. Rav Nachman says yes. You can be Choizer Megarish with a get. You can reuse the get and Megarish with the same get. Rav Sheshet Omar Ein Choizer Megarish boy. Rav Sheshet says you can't reuse the get. The Kaiman Alichas Hakavos Rav Nachman, and we know Allah is like Rav Nachman. Why is it a contradiction? I'll tell you why. In the Havamina, the way we think now is that when Rav Yochanan said that a man may cancel the get, yeah, the shlichus is canceling the get itself. If you cancel the get and you said this get is not a get, when he ran after the shlich and says, no, I want to give it a second chance to my marriage and I'm canceling the get, we say that it works. If the get is canceled and he says this is nishka get, that's not a get, how can he reuse it? And here, on the other hand, we pass like Rav Nachman, 1 second, that he may reuse it. So it seems like we contradict each other. Did we or didn't we cancel the get? Do we or don't we support and validate the husband canceling the get? Here, Rav Yochanan says, yes, it's all canceled. The whole zach is out. And by Rav Nachman, who say that it's not. Yeah? Is it on the... Why? Yes? And says the Gemara, Nehi de batle betos shliach betos get lo batle. Very good, Peretz. Very good. In other words, it's not a stira. It's not a stira. We thought in the Havamina that he's canceling the whole get. That's not true. All he canceled was a shlichus. In other words, when Rabbi Yochanan said that it is canceled, what's it? It is a shlichus. The get is a good get. I'd never cancel the get. He wants to keep the options. It's very expensive and very a big story. It's a big headache to write a get. I'm not canceling the get. I'm canceling the shlichus. You're not my shliach, and you're not my long arm, and you're not, shluchas lodem k'moiso. That I canceled, and that is the halacha. But the get as of itself is not canceled, and that's like Rav Nachman, and everyone's one big happy family. The get is a document remains, but the shlichus, the havamina, we thought that even the get was canceled. That was the havamina. Kamash Malan, exactly what you're saying. That the shlichus is canceled. The relationship between the husband and the courier, the shliach, are severed, mitzad shlichus, but the get itself, as of itself, is a good document, and if you will use it again another time, gesund tehet. Yes. of the writing, but they can give it whenever they want.
Yeah, no, saying, but so even though it's got a date on it, it's valid as
I think
not
so.
until the get is actually.
Now let's see the last. Oh, now let's continue analyzing the Mishnah mekudeshes lasheni. Again, what did we say? A person told a woman. There are two cases. Don't get confused with their attractive business. Case number one is where we are now, and that is what he told her, and everyone agrees to that. He told her, "Areat mekudeshes li, not mikan, only lachash shloshim yom." We have it all set. It's on the pause button. The Kiddushin machine will start rattling and moving and kicking when? In 30 days. Not 1 second before, Ellen. Yeah, good. We all agree. And let's say everything went well, right? Then she'll be mekudeshes in 30 days. What would be if another guy married her in between, mekadesh in between? She's mekudesh to the second guy, right? Oh, here it's not so simple. The Gemara will say something very surprising, and then the Gemara will regret it. Amarav mekudeshes l'sheni la'olam. Once the second guy came in let's say day 15, now she's mekudeshes to him forever and ever because day 30 never came. When, yeah, as you said, Ellen, that's it. She's married to the second guy. She rejected the first one. Goodbye. U'shmuel omar mekudeshes l'sheni ad lamed yom. Wow. She's only mekudesh to the second guy up until day 30. Achar shloshim yom paki kiddush sheni. After 30 days, the kiddushim of the second guy pop out, are out of the question, are annulled. The Gam Kiddush Rishon and the Kiddushin of the first guy start. It was a 15 days marriage. Yosef Rav Chisda was sitting down, he was scratching his head. He had it very difficult. Kiddush Sheni b'mai paki. How come? How come the Kiddush of the second guy were automatically annulled in day 30? What do you mean? Who cares day 30 arrived? She belongs already to the second guy. Because the second guy, he came when there was absolute space. The machine didn't start working yet. Yeah, I changed the setting. So how can you tell me that it's pokea, that it moves the kiddushin with the second guy stop until day 30? Demai paki. What makes them stop? No, b'mai paki can they say one of two reasons? Right. Okay. So saying b'mai paki, what makes them stop? Here. Okay, nice. Maybe b'mai kilo, what is the mechanism that stopped this kiddushin? Right here. He's married to the second guy, no divorce, no death. What stops it? Omer Rav Yosef. Here comes the answer. Omer Rav Yosef. Mar, Rav Yosef is now talking to Rav Chisda. Mar, you is talking respectfully to Rav Chisda. Thou, Rav Chisda, arei shamat nila. You learned Machlokes Rav and Shmuel. You applied it. You pinned it to the first case. What's the first case? Only lachar shloshim yom. Very good. Bekashele. The way you learned Rav Shmuel, it really comes difficult. What pshat in Shmuel that the marriage is annulled automatically? But Rav Yuda, look, our colleague Rav Yuda, a seifa matnila. He's learning Machlokes Rav Shmuel about the seifa. What is the seifa? Let us now. Now comes a whole new world. The seifa is as follows. This is the seifa, my friends. A person, excuse the Hebrew right to left. I'm Israeli, so I do right to left. I do apologize profoundly. A person said two contradictory lashonas. He said, "You are married to me, mikan, now, ulachar shloshim yom, and after 30 days." Now that's kind of crazy. What do you mean, mikan? You're married now and after 30 days. What does it mean? What that means, we're going to see now very well, Bezos Hashem. Remember what we said in the halacha? What happens if another guy comes in the middle? Another guy comes in the middle. Who is she married to? Seth, no, it's a suffix. No. She's only married to the guy in the middle if we know that we start here. But in case that he's saying now, and lachar shloshim yom, this entire time we said is a suffix, says the Mishnah. It's a period of a big question mark, which we will explain. Bezos Hashem nicely, Siyat Shmaya. And if another guy comes in the middle, another guy came, AG came. Another guy came in the middle, it's a question mark. Excuse me, it's a question mark. Another guy came in the middle, it's a question mark whether she's mekudeshes to the second guy or not. And we will explain why. Bezos Hashem, two ways to explain it. On that Rav Shmuel we're talking. Now listen to this. If a man said from now till 30 days, and then we said if the second guy comes, another guy comes, it's a maybe yes, maybe no. And what do you do when you maybe mekudeshes? What do you have to do? Receive a get from this guy. And if you want to continue relation, and or from both guys, if you want to get out of the whole story, for marry a third guy, Amarav mekudeshes ven mekudeshes leolam. That question mark of another guy who's mekadesher with a big question mark here, that stays forever. In other words, the suffix remains. If you don't get a get from the other guy, you and then the 30 days come, you have suffix married to AG and to the first guy. The suffix will be that's first guy and that's another guy. Yeah, your suffix mekudeshes from first guy and another guy forever and ever. It doesn't end in day 30, and we'll explain why. It will Shmuel Omar mekudeshes ven mekudeshes ela ad lamed yoim. That horrendous suffix of the second guy, after once 30 days arrive, poof, the second guy, another guy, his Kiddushin are out of the window, and we'll explain why. And only la'achar shloshim yom, paki Kiddush sheni, v'gamri Kiddush rishon. After 30 days, the second guy, the other guy, his Kiddushin are out the window, and the first guy's Kiddushin kick in. Everything will be explained now, I promise, if you listen well. Now we're going to explain everything. Lerav, there's a machlokes Rav Shmuel, how to explain that situation of mikan ulachar shloshim yom. Lerav, according to Rav, misapkale. Rav says when a guy talks crazy and he says you're married now and lachar shloshim yom. Imagine yourself, I'm telling you guys, I'm flying to Manchester today and in 30 days time, and I'll stay there. What do you mean? And I won't be back in the middle. How could that be? Am I flying now or am I flying in 30 days, right? Yeah, and let's say I'm not coming back in the middle. To steer and obey, right? And therefore says Rav the following. Lerav misapkale. The Tana really didn't know how to interpret the words of such a man. Itno havoi, ichazaro havoi. Let me explain. This is very, very basic for the entire shiur. When a person says now, lachar shloshim yom, either means to say like this. You know, darling, I wanted to apply now, and lachar shloshim yom. How could that be? Your favorite word. Le mafreya. Maybe it means to say retroactively. Look at that. He wants to tell her, if both you and I survive the 30 days of the war, and if both you and I still like each other, and if all goes well, after day 30, then retroactively you'll be my wife from now. And if this is a story, the second guy, it's a joke, nothing. Another guy, nothing the nothing. Why? You really put the ring on a woman who's really married. Because when the 30 days arrive, we retroactively, lemafreya, learn the Hebrew word, lemafreya, we are learning that all the time she was his wife. Or maybe when he said now, maybe it means to say, I regret. Yeah, ever said, maybe it happened to you once in your life, happens to me. Yeah, maybe he's just regretting. And instead of now, he's getting cold feet. Marriage is a bit scary. Maybe there's another girl out there who says now, no, actually, lachar shloshim yom. And then it will only start from then onwards. It should only start then and not lemafreya. If he's saying chazoro, if it's regretting, if it's revoking his words, then really only after 30 days should be mekudeshes from then onwards, not retroactive. That's a question. The question mark, is it retroactive? Yeah, or is it mikanu la'abo after the 30 days? That's a question. If we say mikanu la'abo, once the 30 days arrive, what happens then? Then she will be the wife of the first guy. From then onwards, hey, wait a second, there's a race here. Ever heard of the rabbit and the turtle? There's a guy who came before you. If we say that it means mikanu la'abo, and he regretted, and he meant from there onwards, then Mr. Second Guy is really the first guy, because he came before the Kiddushin kicked in. And you know what? You don't know how to decide. You're in good company. That was the suffix of the Tana of the Mishnah. And therefore, once the second guy put the ring on her finger, that suffix remains all the time. It's not a technical suffix, it's a halachic suffix. When the 30 days arrive, we still don't know. Yeah, because we don't know if that Kiddushin started now, from now onwards, and she's already married beforehand, or is it starting now, oppa, going all the way to the beginning, and we outsmarted and we really jumped the queue before the second guy, and therefore the second guy is not her husband, and that suffix remains forever and ever, and she'll need get. She'll need a get from the two people. Once that is a Rav learns the sugya, the Mishnah, and therefore Rav says, I don't care if 15 days arrived, 30 days arrived, or Bezos Hashem Mashiach arrives. Ma kesher. That suffix is an intrinsic suffix. How to interpret the words of the first guy? Does it mean retroactive or not? Nafkamina, is she married to the second guy or not? That's how Rav is learning it. And Shmuel, how does Shmuel learn? Shitale detno havoi. Shmuel says no. Shmuel says it's clear for him. It's time. I'm sorry. Shmuel says no. I'm clear that what the person meant was lemafrea, tnai. If what's tnai condition? If you and I are good with each other, and we live, and we agree, and nothing happens, the 30 days will arrive, and I will not regret the marriage. They can regret, or something else will happen. If all goes well, then whoop lemafrea. What happens if the second guy married her in the middle? According to Shmuel, once day 30 arrives, what happens? Clearly, it's lemafrea, and the second guy is out of the checkboard, is out. So what's the suffix? And achinami, he's placing his bets in case somewhere over here, this guy will die, or this guy will regret, or she will regret, or something. Then we say he kicks in. That's why Shmuel says that if both first guy and her are alive when it gets to the 30 days, then in achinami, this guy is out of the picture.
Says now. If it doesn't say the word now.
Yes, it's only if he says now.
Then the second guy's marriage is valid.
Beautiful. Amazing. You just said it different. Beautiful. Yes, if really. Of course, they have to wait till the 30th day to see if it really happens. If let's say this guy dies here, then his marriage is not valid. Yeah. That's the whole idea. The only reason why, according to Shmuel, put it on hold is to see if there are any changes, any regrets, any death, any something. That's all. Now, let's continue. Ubeplugta dani tanoi. Because the machlokes Rav Shmuel depends on a different machlokes of tanoim, not the maroim, to do with a get. There's a similar story with a get. Let's see the story. The Tanya. It's not a story, it's a theoretical case. Let's say a person gave his wife a get in a very funny way. Yeah, and the get was accompanied by a very funny kind of verbal statement. And he told her, I'm megarish you now and after my death. What do you mean? What do you mean now and after my death? And can a dead man be megarish? She's dead. Oh, yeah, what? What? Not only don't need it, also dead people can't give gittim. Can't start, we'll see. Get ve'eno get divrei chachomim. According to chachomim, get ve'eno get. It's really a question. What's the question? The question is as follows. Did the person mean to say, I'm giving you the get now? Oh, no. Actually, I'm giving you the get after I die. That's nonsense. To regret and say, only after my death, the get will kick in, not only don't need it, you can't. Because after the guy's dead, he can't be megarish. And therefore it's not a get. But maybe it's a get. Why? Maybe he meant to say, listen to this, it's a fine difference, but it's a difference. Maybe the person meant to say like this. If I die, Lolan goes to war in Gaza. Yeah, that happens, these things. And what he's telling her, I'm giving you now the get. If I die, the get will work retroactively. That does work. Why? It's not a megarshu as a dead person. Just like a person can give his wife a get if it rains tomorrow. That can happen, yeah? If it rains tomorrow, if you give me tomorrow 200 shekels, yeah, then the get will work lemafra retroactively, that's good. Same thing, death. If I die, retroactively from now, yeah, the 30, 40, 10 years ago, which is now, yeah, the get already kicks in now, and you divorce the Natan Almona. You know why they did that? To avoid Yibum. Let's say they have no children, and she doesn't want to fall onto his brother, that if I die, whoop, lemafrea, you consider this divorced and not almana, so you don't need yibum. Oh, so we don't know, and that is a good get. That is a good get. Chachamim say, who's Chachamim like? Like Rav. They say when you say now and lachar misa, we're not sure if it's a you cancel the first dibur and you only mean afterwards, lachar misa, lachar 30 days, or you combine the two to create a retroactive. That's a shaila, and that's Chachamim. So Chachamim seem to be very much like Rav. The Rebbe Omer kazeh get, and Rebbe says no, for sure it's a good get. Why? Rebbe says people don't talk shtusim, and when a person says I'm giving you get now and after I die, he's not regretting saying only after I die, only then I will have the get working, because that's not a get. He meant to say to combine and say if I die lemafreh from now you're divorced. That's like who? That's like Shmuel. Like Shmuel said over here, if 30 days arrive and all goes well and nobody comes in and nobody dies, then lemafreh you're my wife. So Mimele Rav is like Rabbanan, Shmuel is like Rebbe. Correct the Gemara, if so, why did they have to reinvent the wheel? That's always the question of Maroim, that argue and repeat Machlokes Tanoim. Yeah, would you and I argue in the Machlokes Rav Avadia and Rav Shlomo Zalman? If we mention the names, yeah. But if we sound as if we are inventing the Machlokes, it shows that we're Maratzim. We don't know it's an old Machlokes, yeah. And therefore, correct the Gemara, V'neima Rav halacha kerabonon, v'neima Shmuel halacha kerebi. Why did they have to reinvent the whole story? Let's just, if they hold that way, Rav should say halacha lekerabonon, and Shmuel should say halacha lekrebi. Why did they have to go over again in Kiddushin and repeat the whole machlokes as if it's a new machlokes? Answers the Gemara, sricha. Here comes beautiful lomdus to differentiate between Kiddushin and Gittin. Why? Why did Rav Shmuel found it necessary to kivyochol repeat the same machlokes in Kiddushin, although it's already mentioned by Gittin? I'll tell you why. Di'ilu amar Rav halacha kerabonon. Let's say Rav would say halacha kerabonon. Where did Rabbanon speak the Tanoim? In Gittin. If Rav would say, yes, I vote Rabbanon, I tick the box Rabbanon, and in Gittin, I believe that it's a maybe he means to regret what he said, or to combine the two statements. Avamina, I would have said, I wouldn't have automatically known that the same goes for Kiddushin. Why? When people get divorced, hopefully they think once, twice, three times before they get divorced. And therefore, over there, when the person wants to distance himself from her or herself from him, then he wants to play it safe. He wants to take his time. And therefore, maybe over there, it's not lemafrea. Maybe he wants the get to apply only after the death. I don't want her to be divorced lemafrea. I want her to divorce only afterwards. That's over there. But here, when he wants her to be his wife and he wants to be close to her as soon as possible, maybe he agrees to Shmuel that he wants the marriage to be lemafrea. I want to be in the status of married to my beloved wife ASAP. It's true, it will only kick in 30 days. At least I know that once 30 days arrived, oh, stars in my eyes, I want to be married to you now once 30 days come. And not to be marchikit, to make it go further on. Yeah, that's not, yeah. And therefore we have to say no. Tamash malan, no. Regardless of any emotion of Kiddushin and Gerushin, does make a difference. Rav always believes, whether it's Kiddushin or Gerushin, although the emotions are opposite, nevertheless, Rav learns a Litvisha, Lomdisha idea. No, we always have a suffix if the person means to regret and postpone it, or does it mean to combine the statements and make it lemafrea to start now retroactively? That's Rav. Shmuel, let's go into Shmuel now. Let's say that Shmuel would have said aloch is like Rebbe. Havamina, I would have said hosamu de and get lachal misa. Over there, I would say and get lachal misa. As I told you, I hinted to you that before. Shmuel says, excuse me, of course Rebbe says that a person is not regretting and saying, no, you know what, no, darling, you're not megurash now, you're not divorced now, you're actually divorced after I die. People are not stupid. People know that there's no such thing as dying and then divorcing, right? And therefore, I would say, of course, the only way to explain his words is lemafrea. I'm not stupid. I'm telling you, once I die, lemafrea, yeah, you're mekudeshes. Aval hocho diyesh kiddushin lacher lamed. Here, when kiddushin are after 30 days, why not? It's not stupid at all. It's not foolish. After 30 days, kiddushin may start. It's very normal. You can put kiddushin on hold. Maybe here Shmuel agrees to Rav that we can play it both ways. We're not sure. Maybe it's lemafreya, or maybe it will begin after 30 days. It's a timer. It's a pause button. Therefore, tzricha. Therefore, tzricha and chinami. We have to say that Shmuel, regardless to how logical it is, in Kiddushin it's logical to start after 30 days, and in Gittin it's not. Says Shmuel, regardless, even in Kiddushin, I believe that the only interpretation is to say that it starts now. It's retroactive. The 30 days come. Whoopa! He goes all the way now from 30 days ago, and the second guy is poof, out of the picture. That is now very good, and that's Machlokes Rav and Shmuel. Yeah, good. Weiter. Now we have to have a whole new picture. Okay, new picture. Yeah. Amar Abaye, says Abaye, Uletai made the Rav. According to Rav's reasoning, what happens in the following case? Ba echad v'omer lo haret mekudeshes li me'achshav v'lachar shloshim yoyim. A person told her, mekudeshes to me, his name is Reuven. He came on Sunday, and he told her, mekudeshes to me, me'achshav u'lachar shloshim yoyim. According to Rav, we don't know what's the story. Does he mean to say the perforated line is the maybe retroactive? It doesn't mean to say once day 30 arrives, then Mazel Tov from now. Or does it mean no? 30 days means from then onwards, right? Nafkamina, if the second guy, Kiddushin, will catch or won't catch, and it will remain with that suffix forever, as we said before. But listen to the case. Now it's developing. The plot thickens. Uba acher ve'omer lo, haret mekudeshes li me'achshav v'lachar 20 yoim. Another guy, Shimele, comes on Monday and says, you mekudeshes to me from now till 20 days. Right? And then Ubo Acher came a third guy, Binyamin, Domer Laret Mekudeshes li me'achshav v'lachar 10 yomim. Mekudeshes to me from now till day 10. Right? So now think about it. Says Abaye, Mirishon u'me'achron tzricha get, me'emtzoi eina tzricha get. If she wants to get rid of people, or they from her, the first guy, Reuven, and the last guy, Binyamin, from them she needs a get. But from Shimon, the middle guy, she does not need a get. Think about it a second. Why doesn't she need a get from the middle guy? He's a loser on both ends. He started, I'm saying now Balabatish terms, he started, later than the first one, and finished, later than the third one. Which means, explains the Gemara. The Gemara here is quite, verbose. Manavshach. Mi manavshach, the middle guy, nothing, zero, null, garnished. Why? What was the suffix of Rav? Let's follow the suffix. Manavshach. What's mi manavshach? Either way you look at it, either this or that. Itno havoi. If you say that it's a t'nai, what does t'nai mean? T'nai means that everything goes retroactive. Then who's the winner? The first guy, because he says once 30 days arrive, right? I was the first in the beginning. This is the beginning line. This is the finishing line. I was the first one at the starting point of the race. Once 30 days come, if Chazal interpret the words to say lemafreya, you can have billion guys coming in the middle. Who cares? Once 30 days arrive and I'm alive and she's alive, then what? I really was the first one. And this is really when marriage starts at this point at the beginning. And therefore, I don't care who comes, then she needs a get from him, meaning he's talking maybe her husband according to that. Oh, and the Hanachlav Kiddushi, the other ones are nothing. And if we interpret all three of them to be Chazoro, meaning, let's say that their statement is, it means now, no, I really mean afterwards. Then who's the first guy? This one. If the third one said, in 10 days' time, you're my wife. And what's the other way of interpreting the words? To say that the Kiddushin will only begin at the finishing line. Who is the first one to get to the finishing line? The third one. If we said it goes this way, only from here onwards, from here onwards. From here onwards, he's the first guy. He's the first guy because he said he started latest, but he finished the first. It's like in the rabbit and the turtle and the hare, the rabbit, right? He's the one who started what latest, but he arrived the first. Because if we say that all marriages really start at the end, then Mr. Third Guy is the one who came first at day 10, not 2030. But the middle guy lost the game on all sides because Memanavshach, whichever way you look at it, he's not the first over here, and he's not the first over here. So the middle Rebbe, right? You have this in Chabad. The middle guy, he is nishta here, and therefore there is no bichlal the basli kiddushi, the anachlav kiddushi. The other ones are not kiddushi. Very good. Frag the Gemara pshita. This is such beautiful math and so beautiful, but it's just too simple for the Gemara to write. What's a chiddush? Of course, right? We could have worked it out ourselves. Why do we need the Gemara to tell me that? Says the Gemara, brilliant answer. Mount the Tema, one could have said like that. Hi lishna mashma tno umashma chazoro. Wait a second. What did we say? When a guy, which guy? Reuven, Shimon, and Yehuda are three different people with different ideas and different psyches. They're different human beings. What did we just say? When the person says me'achshav ulachar shloshim, what does it mean? We don't know, right? Maybe it means now, or maybe it means later. Yeah, true. So now, these three guys, they don't all think the same. That would be the Havamina. The Loshen may mean Tnai, retroactive, or maybe it means I regret and it will only start it later. She would require a get from each and every one. Let me explain. Rashi does an amazing job here explaining, but I'll say it by heart. We assumed now that both Reuben, Shimon, and Yehuda, Yomi, whoever, all three guys, whatever his name is, yeah, all three guys, either they say, oh, the end, or they all say, oh, from now. And then either the winner was Reuven, if we say it's Lemafrea, or the winner was the last one, Binyamin, if we mean at the finishing line. But wait a second, maybe no, maybe we can mix and match. Maybe we can say the following. Oh, one says one way, and one meant the other way. And then the middle guy also has a chance to win. I'll give an example. Maybe Reuven really meant Reuven's idea. Reuven is a very careful guy. He's not into retroactive and lemafrea. You know, Reuven says, when Reuven says Mikan ulachar shloshim yom, he means to say it will only start then. Only start then. And maybe the middle guy meant lemafrea, then he's a winner. Maybe they're not playing the same game. Reuven meant there, only there. And Shimon, which up until now was such a silly loser, maybe Shimon meant Mikanu Lachar, he meant Lemafrea now. So he's the winner. Because maybe again, Binyamin is again means later, right? Also means Lemafrea actually. And then he's the winner. Because in the Lemafrea game, he wins over this one. And this combination you can have in all three cases when you work it out. And therefore, the Havimin would be maybe we can sometimes look at Mafrea and sometimes Mikanu La'abon. Kamash Malan, and that's a Chiddush, we don't say that. Kamash Malan, Kamash Malan, that halacha doesn't interfere with their own personal psychology. It's how halacha views the words. It's not what they think, it's what halacha defines. Either halacha defines all three Lashonis to be later, and only later in Chazoro, regretting and later, or halacha views all three Lashonis as Lemafrea. And therefore, in that case, Mr. Middle Guy is for sure out of the game. She does not need a get from the middle guy. Because either all three guys meant later, so the winner is the Baal, the husband is Reuven, and she needs a get from him, or we interpret all three Lashonis to be starting, not Lemafrea, starting at the end, yeah, and then the end of the third guy is the first end, and therefore the third one. But the middle one, no. We don't play games and saying maybe one went now and the other one meant later, and then we have different combinations. No, it's a halachic question, not a psychology question. How does halacha view that statement? Either we view it as now or view it as the latest, and therefore only the first and last guys are the ones that are possibly a husband. That's what Abai said, interpreting Rav. Ula, yeah, good. Yeah.
The first or the third.
Both. Yeah. Yes, not from the middle. Right. She has to choose between the first and third, or they choose her, she chooses them. They both have to choose. Or if she wants to marry Yerachmiel Yekusiel, the guy who's not on the whiteboard, she needs a get from both. They're both Sophic. Right, but the middle guy is not. Very good. Ula Omar, and this is, to be honest with you, a very difficult idea. Ula is introducing, not difficult to get pshat, difficult to digest. Ula Omar Rabbi Yochanan, Ula quoting Rabbi Yochanan, explaining Rav, Afilu mea toifsin bo. Even if there's 100 guys, even if you have 100 people with the same system, 30 days, 29 days, 28 days, 27 days, they all came one after the other with the same system, even 100 people, they all have at least the Sophic Kiddushin, and she needs a get from all of them. Wow, okay. Rav Asi also quotes Rabbi Yochanan saying the same. Even 100 people are toifis in her. What does that mean? How come? What do you mean? What do you mean? What?
When they said that, theoretically, no, it's practical.
So,
This message is over social media. Engage.
I don't think you can be mekadeshes with 100 women over WhatsApp. I don't think Kiddushin works with WhatsApp. You have to say to her, but maybe some modern rabbi would agree with that. Yeah, Kiddushin over social media, maybe. Anyway, v'chen amar Avasi amar Rabbi Yochanan flumet toifsin bo. Amar Rav Mishal shebedo Rav Amir Avasi asber lechatam do Rabbi Yochanan. Oh, I will explain to you the reason of Rabbi Yochanan that really all the people who made that 100, 99, 98, 97, all of them have a sofek, have a tzad kiddushin in her. How is that? How could that be? Shavu nafshe, each one made the other ones, they made themselves also, kishraga delivni, like a wall of bricks. They call chad v'chad rav chavre shovak. In other words, Rashi gives a very, very detailed and very graphic description of how a brick wall works, and we all know that a brick wall, you can't have all the bricks exactly aligned one on top of the other. They all have to be bonding, it's called. When you have two, there's a third one on top of the two. That's at the beginning, you only have half a brick. Bonding, it's called. Here's the mumcha, English building, yeah. So because just like the bricks are built in such a way of allowing space to another brick not to fall, somehow, I looked in Rashi, I looked at Tosfos, looked in the Ritva, Hashem should help me because I don't really have it. But basically, when the person said, because the marriage is ambiguous, Iki'ilu left a space in that period of time for another Kiddushin to apply. In other words, although before that, the Rabbi said that Shimon is nothing. Says no. When Reuben says 30, he's basically allowing Shimon, because Shimon is like up in the air, maybe Shmaybe Azoi, 30, Mafreya, retroactive, grandma, this whole business, this whole fuzzy idea of postponing it so much with not being sure now or later, that as of itself essentially is not full Kiddushin, and that allows another brick in the wall to come in, another guy called whatever Shimon to come in afterwards and also apply his Kiddushin to somehow be inserted in that system. Besofik, Chas v'sholem, a woman cannot be really married to two men. That's a horrible goyish idea. The whole idea of marriage is she won't have relations with any of them. But it's leget, they somehow left some kind of space in the middle for the next guy in line when he said now till 30 days or till 100 days, and then 99, 98, 97, each one lives within the space of doubt, of question, of that, for another one to kick in. How that works, I don't know. Let's read Tosfos, the first line of Tosfos, to make us feel better. Tosfos says like this: Pirush, that koinin umeshayrin is kilu koine the woman, he acquires her, but he leaves behind the space. I bought it, but I left space for other customers. Shar mekadesh lo etzeloima me'achshe v'tchilo kiddushin ulachal midyoim yigomru. Tosfos does give us some explanation that I don't know how it fits into Rav. I don't know, but he says I either want the kiddushin to start now and slowly, slowly, slowly grow into full kiddushin in 30 days. That's a novel idea. It's not that we explained Rav up until now. Either Rabbi Yochanan argues on Rav or he explains it within Rav, whatever. Lamaisa, yeah. Rashi does say that Rabbi Yochanan doesn't believe in the shtei lashonos. Rabbi Yochanan doesn't believe the business of sofek. Maybe it starts now, maybe it starts later. That's for sure not. Because if you say it's retroactive, then what? Then of course the second guy can't kick in. Rabbi Yochanan has, the more I think of it, Rabbi Yochanan disagrees with Rav, and that would make it much simpler. Rabbi Yochanan doesn't say that we have a sofek all or nothing. Either it starts here or it starts here. Oh, I almost brought either this or that. No, it's keilu slowly morphing into marriage. I'm sowing the seed of Kiddushin now, and I'm still leaving space. Oh, ever started a computer or a phone? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly builds up until the battery is full, right? That's kind of what's happening over here. So as long as the battery is not full, it's 5%, another battery can come in, or another power can come in, another program can start. The Ki'ilu living space, why am I so about it? Because it's a big Kiddush at the end of the day. Because the whole idea of Kiddushin is what? That she only belongs to one man. It's a very big Kiddush. Here Rabbi Yochanan says, of course, at the end of the journey, she'll only belong to one man if all goes well. But because that all or nothing state will only happen at the end, and now it's like slowly growing. By the way, this is not good for Rabbi Yochanan. Don't look at the whiteboard. Just ignore me. You have to now, according to Rabbi Yochanan, make a picture of like this. A line goes slowly up, 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 slowly, 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 right? In the middle, another guy can come in, another guy, and another guy. That's how Rabbi Yochanan views it. And therefore, another guy would also require a get because he came into a marriage while it was only 1% or 2%. Now he's chapping another percentage. And Mimela she'll need the get from all the guys involved. That's a very interesting idea. And that is what Rabbi Yochanan says. Stay there. Okay, I would stop here. And this is what I think I can, Baruch Hashem, do for you today. See you tomorrow, Mirza Hashem, or even before. Thank you, Atzlacha Bracha. Thank you so much. Atzlacha to everybody. May Klal Yisrael be saved and have Yeshua's G'dolos in this time of need. Thank you. What? What do we